Y'all want to see how to smoke a deer leg? Welcome back to the last installment of the Field of Food Cooking Deer series for the 2023 deer season, and this one we are doing venison hams. The whole leg. It is so good. If you guys have never tried it, this is probably one of the easiest things you can do with deer meat because you can actually take it off the deer, wrap it, set it in the freezer, and it is Saturday, August 12th, and we're just now smoking these, and this deer was shot back in October. And one of the things that we really like about doing deer legs like this is that it's kind of a sweet tasting recipe. We normally do, a lot of steaks, we do a lot of roast, all that real earthy, umami, just really dark, deep flavors. This is a very bright, a very vibrant flavored way to do deer meat. Because when I do ham, I think of light flavors. I think of spring, I think of putting it in a ramen, I think of just something very easy and very versatile. So without making you wait any longer, let me show you how to make this recipe. So you can see the cooler behind me, you can see that the deer legs have been brining for a couple of days, and here's the brine that we used. I'll show that to you real quick. You'll need pickling spices, oranges, pink salt number 9, kosher salt, and brown sugar. The ratio is in the description below, and make the brine by bringing your water to a soft boil, then let cool for several hours. Once the brine is cool, place your legs and the brine in the same container and infuse the meat using an injection syringe. Keep injecting until the brine overflows like so, and let soak for 3 to 5 days in a cold container. Now that the deer legs are done brining, it's pretty simple from here. You can see that we have two different legs. We have a front leg and a rear leg. The front leg's going to smoke faster, so we're going to temperature this one first, and then we're going to temperature the rear leg when it's done. But what you want to do, you want to dry this off real quick. So get some paper towels, get the moisture off from the top. You can see some speckles here on the deer. That's not field dressing debris. That is pickling spices and other spices from the brine. We're just going to leave those on there. That's fine. So it's good and dry. Get yourself some brown sugar. Sprinkle it on there, and we're actually going to pack it and rub it on there a little bit. By using brown sugar on the outside, you'll get a nice caramelized crust as it smokes. It'll take a little bit of time for the meat to absorb the brown sugar and get that coating on there, so just be patient and keep packing. So this looks pretty good. We're going to take this out to the smoker, put the probe in the thickest piece of the meat, and then let it smoke at 180 degrees for a couple hours. And then once it reaches 150 internally, we'll take it off. Now moving on to the bigger rear leg. This is traditionally called the ham. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to pat it dry. Then we're going to cover it in some brown sugar. Now since this one's going to take longer to smoke, we're probing the front leg first, and then once that reaches 150 degrees, we'll switch the probe into here and let this finish cooking. Alright, so both hams are done. This one came off first, probably about an hour and a half ago, and this one came off just about 10 minutes ago, so they're pretty rested. Let's dig into the big guy, see how he looks. We're just going to take a chunk out. Look at that coloration. It's nice and juicy, well seasoned, well brined, well smoked. Got a nice candy crust on there with the brown sugar. One thing that we did have to do, the first coat of brown sugar was good, but it wasn't enough, so we actually mixed a little bit of water and brown sugar throughout the smoking process and added a nice layer about every hour and 20 minutes. So that's how we wound up with this color. This is an absolutely delicious meal. I'm going to break you in a little bit of secret. We actually dug into this one already and had a couple of sandwiches. So I don't have to taste test this one. This is perfect. So you guys make this recipe, save yourself a couple deer legs. Like I said earlier, it is August and we killed this deer back in October. You can just stick the legs in your freezer and get to it whenever you have the chance. So I hope you guys make this recipe, and remember, give the game that you acquire from the field the respect that it deserves.